Okay, so I'm going to teach you about get ready, do, and done, and how you can implement this in your classroom. So this is something that Sarah Ward uses for executive functions. And executive functions for this purpose is thinking about all the details that go into completing a task, how long that will take, how to get started and do it, and when we know that we'll be done. So if you think about it, we can apply these three areas to almost any lesson we do, or any line up to recess we do, or any task. So basically, I like to start by asking the kids, all right, let's think of a task. I'm thinking of preparing dinner and making it. How long do you think that will take? So that's a great place to start, asking them about time. And you'll get all kinds of answers. So then you say, okay, well, let's break this task apart. Let's think about even getting ready for dinner. What does getting ready for dinner look like? And you'll get all kinds of answers. People will say you need plates, you need forks, and knives. So you can list it for them up here. You can have them come up and draw. That's another nice way. So, why don't you draw me what you're going to need? And we have the napkins and the forks. So you go through this step, getting ready, listing everything that it takes to actually get ready for this meal. You also are going to need, how are we going to eat it? What do we need? Taco meat. And then you can get all the details of what else you'll need. You'll need cheese. You'll need salsa. Lots of people eat beans and rice. So, getting ready is naming every single step that you can think of to get ready to prepare a meal. Once you've listed all those steps, you will talk about doing. What are we doing when we're eating the meal? When we're ready to eat, this is the doing part. So we talked about chewing. We talked about sharing stories, and then you can get into taking turns, chewing with your mouth closed, making sure you have eye contact from your mom or your dad. So all the steps that go into actually doing this eating. And list all the steps here for them. And then done. What does done with the meal look like? This is an interesting one. So you'll get answers like washing the dishes. Some people said putting a napkin on my plate. Some people said putting the dishes into the dishwasher. Some people said drying the dishes. So it's a great way to go through every single step that you need to take to be done with your meal. It's not just done chewing, done talking, or done sharing stories. So done is when every little last step, and you could take time to go through this. Drawing pictures is nice. If you have pictures, that's helpful. So you're really aiming to break down every single piece of getting ready and eating, or doing, getting ready, doing, and being done. So how we can apply this, what I like to do after I do a lesson of, say, breaking down a big step like eating dinner is, okay, let's think about in math. And this was with, say, 5th graders. In math, what do we need to get ready for our math lesson? We might need our math journals. We might need a times table or some other strategy sheets that we use. We might need a pencil, an eraser. We might need a compass. We might need a calculator. So again, all the steps to prepare. And then we ask, what does doing look like? Doing in math might look like pages, 2 and 3, examples 4 and 5. So it's the actual work. This is what this looks like doing, or it's actually getting your math sheet and doing all the examples that are listed on the board. And finally, done might be putting it into the finished bin, finished math work. It might be closing your book, your journal, or it could be, you know, desk cleared off. That's how I know that I'm done. So again, going through step by step what it takes to complete a task. Then I like to ask about doing something that they like when mom says, okay, you have soccer practice. What does that mean? I have soccer practice. I know what it means to be there, but what do I have to prepare? So you can go through those steps: your soccer bag, your cleats, your shin guards, your ball, your uniform, every little piece that goes with getting ready. Then doing would be, some people say riding in the car, riding my bike, getting to the field, but then they might list their playing positions for you. Kicking to the forward, kicking to the goal, being the goalie. So they're actually thinking about what is going on while they're playing soccer. And the done would be sitting in a circle, listening to our coach, having our last cheer before the game's over. So again, steps of going through the process. When we introduced this last spring, I showed a simple one for the kids, the bus kids. So getting ready for the bus would look like this. Everyone is lining up, smiling, happy, and waving. Don't know if you can see that. And waiting for the bus. Step 2 doing would be actually getting on the bus. I'm following the person in front of me, I'm staying in line, and I'm making it onto that bus. And finally, the done would be sitting on the bus quietly, smiling so pleasantly, and driving to my destiny. So again, using these visuals can be really, really helpful. You can actually put them up here and have them ready for the kids. And you can say, okay, we're getting ready for going home. For bus kids, what does getting ready look like? What is doing look like? And what does done look like? So you can try to pull this into preparing them for something you're going to teach, something you want them to do, and something that will help them to think in these steps of breaking it down. How much time and how do I get there? That's it. Thanks.